What's up, everybody?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
It's hot.
It's really hot.
It's really
like
hot.
Personality changing hot. Like,
yes.
I'm turning into Satan because of this heat.
You've claimed many times that
I will burn your soul. It's already happening because you're here with me.
You've claimed many times, though, that you are already Satan, so what?
Well,
I mean, how do you become? Are you like double Satan, or
just
or you have the ability
double
to transform
Satan
in and out of Satan whenever
I
you
am
want?
the anti-Satan. Does that make sense?
Nope. Welcome to the Seth and Colby Show, everybody.
Yes.
We just got
Satan.
back from seeing Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Which is the new
Dunkirk!
Christopher Nolan movie. I'm old.
It's a TV show.
It's that show that plays down at the cinema.
Yeah, the film with the pictures, the picture movie.
And we have a lot of opinions on it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do we have opinions?
I do.
Okay.
Have.
So we're going to do a complete spoiler-filled review of Dunkirk, even though it's a historical event.
Yeah, it's pretty much spoiled.
Yeah, it happened. Guess what? Germany lost World War II. I'm sorry to have to break that to you if you didn't know it. Bumblebee attacked and killed Hitler. That's how the war was won.
At Winston Churchill's
mansion. At Winston Churchill's house, Hitler moved in for some reason, hung up his flags. Bumblebee got mad, showed up, rained terror from above.
From above.
And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We also have other tabs if we get to them, but we probably won't.
We might.
We might. It depends.
This might go quick.
You think so? I don't think so. I got a lot of thoughts.
Oh, do you?
I don't really.
I want to hear them.
I got thoughts. I don't know if it's a lot.
Start the show.
We're going to start the show.
Welcome.
Welcome. And sorry for everyone watching live right now that thinks this is High Hopes.
We are High Hopes.
We're High Hopes.
We have jacked their show. This is the show now.
What we need to do is stop trying new things. Because I tried to stream to an event.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it would be cool to have like a calendar event on our YouTube channel.
Sure.
And by doing that, it made us not stream at duo.com/live. So I had like this really beautiful and well-written intro and title, which I learned now I can literally probably just copy. Now it doesn't even show up.
Now it's just gone.
It doesn't even show up now, man! Everything I did is gone!
YouTube. Why?
YouTube is the worst. So it's Seth and Colby. Seth and Colby. That's done. now people know.
It's fixed.
And yeah, sorry about that. We're not High Hopes. I'm not Cameron. He's not Katrina.
Or
vice versa. He might be Katrina.
You don't know that.
I don't for sure. So we're now going to play our video intro, and it's 1 minute and 30 seconds long. Whether it's audio or video. I don't know why I said video intro, because we're just playing our intro.
It's just an intro,
It's just the intro.
Play the intro.
So we're going to play the intro, and it's going to be glorious.
Do it.
All right, be right back.
Who are Seth and Colby? Idiots! So-called podcast gods who blazed the trail for talk radio on the internet.
What a ridiculous name.
First partnering in 2008, Seth and Colby took the internet by storm with their unique views on the hot topics of the day.
Science is a liar sometimes.
We won't lie. They've been away a while. A lot of things may have changed.
45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
But Seth and Colby are here to teach you.
This is America. You're either a duper or a doopy. I'm a duper. You guys are the doopies.
To entertain you.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And to make you laugh. Seth and Colby will dissect the world as it is. Movies, meme culture, music, weird science.
We didn't have time to work out the minutia of the plan.
And they'll bring it to you in a lovely package that will delight you and those closest to you. Now, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and attack helicopters, here are Seth and Colby.
And we done did it. There's our intro, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, in the flesh, it worked. Hype dubstep music happening right now.
Walk, walk, walk.
Why are we imitating the dubstep when it's happening?
know.
But anyway, welcome
It's
guys to the Seth and Colby Show. It is episode 11.
11.
Please God be 11. I didn't write that down either. I think it's 11 though.
Damn it, I can't remember
It's
11 in Spanish.
100% 11. It's uno uno. That's it in Spanish, right?
Don't say it. Try to say it.
You're just making it up.
Quince. No, I think
You're just making it up.
Uno,
But I
dos, tres,
am
cuatro, cinco, seis,
impressed.
siete, ocho, nueve, diez, once, doce, trece, quince, quince, siete.
Yeah, man.
I lost it.
That was good. But anyway.
Veinte.
Welcome to the Seth and Colby Show, episode 11. We are live every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time, except for today because we went and saw the earliest showing of Dunkirk possible, and it was at 12:45. So we're like an hour and a half late today, but that's all right.
That's all right.
Deal with it.
It will be dealt with.
Deal with it!
You dealt with it.
Today we're going to talk all about Dunkirk. We're going to talk about some Comic-Con stuff probably because we all have opinions on that. And by we all, I mean us too, because you guys aren't here on the show. You have to watch it and listen to it. You can't talk on it. So sorry about you and your problem.
And then we might
Yeah.
may or may not.
Yeah, comment. At Twitter,
Respond.
Seth and Colby is our username there. Really, the best way to get the links to the podcasts, the iTunes, the Google Play, the Stitcher, and the Plain Jane RSS feed, links to the live, watching our beautiful faces yappity yap, don't come back, SethandColby.com. That's the only way to do it. I am so hyped right now. I don't know
come
why.
back no more,
It's because I'm so
no
filled
more.
with rage about Dunkirk. So can we just like jump right into it?
Let's jump in, man.
Because I really want to talk just in general about the actual movie-going experience that we had while
yes.
at Dunkirk.
Yep.
And I feel like that probably helped ruin Dunkirk a little bit for me. But I don't want to have the Guardians of the Galaxy style meltdown like you had because you had a bad experience watching Guardians. Remember that?
Right.
And so I don't want you, and it ruined Guardians with the children. So I don't want to. I don't want to ruin what could be the funniest movie ever, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I want to rewatch it.
And with the fact that Dunkirk had a giant black line down the middle of it the entire
Dude, that
movie.
line has been there on that
it
IMAX
has.
screen
Forever.
Since it opened. It was like it had one good movie, and then somebody scratched the lens.
Yeah.
And was like, well,
Some dude like pushed his jeans up against it or
well,
something. And now
yeah.
it's over and it's done. And there's
it's
nothing good left in
crazy.
life. That's how it works.
I can't
But,
believe it.
So, Dunkirk. Christopher
Yes.
Nolan's film. The reason we went and saw is because we love Christopher Nolan's other movies. Prestige, Memento, Inceptions, Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Interstellar. I think that's all of them.
That's all of them.
And then Dunkirk. And all of his movies have like twists and turns and they have like interesting perspectives. And then he's like, I'm going to make a 2-hour long movie about the war, or a battle that I guess was big in England, but America don't know about it.
It wasn't even a battle. It wasn't even a battle.
It wasn't a battle.
It was a slaughter is what it was.
So me and Colby have both completely avoided reviews.
Yes.
We don't know what the critics thought about this movie. Obviously, we have our own thoughts.
Yeah, I went home and let my dog out, and I looked at some things.
Okay, can I just read the
Dude.
synopsis on Wikipedia? Because I just...
Do you know its IMDb score?
I do
its
not.
Rotten Tomato score?
I do not.
You want?
I
You
don't
want to know?
any of it.
Because it's fucking ridiculous.
Where's our screen capture? There it is. Thank you.
It's 92%.
92%, 94 on Metacritic, and 8.8
The one
out
I
of
saw
2.
was 98.
91% of Google users say so. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
And click that thumbs down right there. Because I want to be a part of the 9%.
Oh man. This movie.
How do I get... Christopher Nolan revisits a harrowing story of survival and resistance in World War II with skill and craft. It's from the New York Times. Dunkirk isn't comfortable to watch. It never relents or relaxes. At the same time, it's impossible to look away from. That's from the Washington Post. Vulture says, somewhere inside the mess that is Dunkirk is a terrific linear movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I kind of agree with that one.
That one is pretty darn accurate.
Yeah, I just want to like read the synopsis of the film on Wikipedia because usually they like sum it up. Let's see here. Dunkirk had its world premiere, blah, blah, blah. It grossed over $105 million worldwide, with praised by critics for its cinematography, direction, acting, and Hans Zimmer's musical score, with some critics calling it one of the greatest war films ever, as well as Nolan's best film to date. No. Inaccurate.
Do they realize like there wasn't a character in that movie, right?
So let's start with our review.
Yeah. Okay. You go
I
first.
didn't care about anybody in the movie.
There was no characters. They gave you no reason as to why they were there. Like, literally, you didn't know if they had wives, if they had children, if they wanted to go home, if they just were there to kill people.
I think...
Like, you knew nothing. The most character you knew about was the old man driving the boat.
I liked... I think... Okay, so let's start by explaining the movie, then our review will make a little bit more sense. So, I think Christopher Nolan's quote-unquote twist in this movie is the fact that it's told from 3 different perspectives: a land, a sea, and an air perspective. And then I also think that it takes place, or at least he tried to make it feel like it was taking place in different real time, different timelines. Timelines isn't right because they all happen at the same time at the end of the movie. But the beach is supposed to take place over a week. The sea portion is supposed to take place over a day, and the aircraft portion is supposed to take place over an hour. So there are some scenes.
That was they had title cards.
So I think like you see the plane on the boat fly over the boat, and then you see from the plane him flying over the boat in a different scene. So it's supposed to be like kind of cool where it comes all together and the climax is everything is now caught up to real time.
Right.
And so like you see the conclusion of the plane portion where he shoots down this bomber from both the land and the sea and the air. But that's the only time in the movie where everything kind of made sense.
Yeah.
So because of this weird timeline, I don't feel like there was absolutely any character development for anyone but the people on the boat. I cared about the people on the plane because it had action in it.
Right.
Overall, I would say the movie was boring.
Yep.
That's what I would say. I would say it was boring. And I think Christopher Nolan wanted it to feel boring.
Right.
Because it was not a battle. Like, in history, these people were basically stranded behind a barrier that held off the enemy at Dunkirk, France, and they needed to be rescued, but there wasn't enough battleships to come rescue them because they had other needs for those. So they recruited civilians to go across the English Channel and pick up all these soldiers on the beach while they just waited there, doing nothing except waiting to be picked up. And then the people on the boats would take them back to England. That's, I think, the point of the Battle of Dunkirk. It's not a battle.
Yeah, that's the synopsis.
That's the synopsis of Dunkirk.
What happens in the movie.
So the air portion comes in where, there's the Germans are just picking off the people on the beach. They occasionally fly by, drop bombs, and shoot bullets at them and sink their boats. And so Tom Hardy's the aircraft Spitfire pilot who tries to take out these bombers in the hour that he's in the air during the 2-hour movie. And then the sea portion is one of the civilians, going from his home in England to Dunkirk to pick up some people. And then the land portion focused on really 2 soldiers who were stranded on the beach.
Yeah.
And that is honestly my biggest problem with the whole movie is that the beach was supposed to take a week. Nothing about the beach was necessary in the movie.
Right.
Because the two
It's
people
completely pointless.
The 2 people they focused on were kind of they were people who were trying to escape ahead of their turn.
Right.
So they were douchebags.
Yep.
They were cowards. One of them was a French guy who pretended to be English so he could get off the beach with the English people because the English weren't letting the French escape. And the other guy, I don't know any of their names. It's Harry Styles and the French guy.
I didn't even know which one he was.
I think he's the British guy.
There was 3 of them. Oh, yeah. Was he the dick one who pointed out that the French dude was the French dude?
I think that was just another unknown guy. Harry Styles was the guy who pooped on the beach at the beginning of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was the one who ran away from the bullets at the start.
Right there.
Yeah, I don't know this guy. I don't recognize him in the movie.
That's the guy who pooped on the beach.
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell
I didn't know which one. I thought Harry Styles was the one that...
Harry Styles is Alex.
I don't know who that is.
A British
They
Army...
never say their names.
Let's see.
There's like
Tommy.
maybe...
Okay, so Tommy is a young British pirate who come under... So Tommy is Fleon Whitehead. So no, that's not Harry Styles.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's Alex even mentioned?
Harry Styles is the guy who points out that the French dude
Gibson is tangled in a chain and drowned. Alex and Tommy swim for a nearby minesweeper, but it's sunk for a German bomber. Mr. Dawson's boat arrives at the scene and takes him on board.
Yeah.
So they travel to England, where they receive a hero's welcome, but Alex does not feel like one.
At the very
Back
end.
on the beach. Dude, they all looked the same.
Yeah.
That was a huge problem.
The French
but it
dude
didn't
just
matter.
disappeared.
I think he died. Didn't he drown? Wasn't he the guy who reached for the ladder and then drowned?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was him or if that was the dude
was
who
so
tried to kill
cut
the French
up.
guy. It did. The point is, it didn't matter
It
because
didn't
you
matter.
didn't know any of the people. You didn't care about any of the people.
There was like
Anything
maybe
that was happening
3
didn't matter.
pages of dialogue the entire movie.
For real. Like, you didn't care that these people died. You didn't care if they lived or died.
Right.
You didn't know anything about them. You didn't know their names. I think they were literally there to be the every soldier, but the problem was that they weren't soldiers. They were like deserters.
Children.
Yeah,
Just
they
trying to
basically-
not get...
But you see other
Caught or
soldiers in the
something.
movie
Yeah.
who are doing their duty,
Right.
and these two guys aren't doing that. Like, they hid under a dock to get away on a medical boat, and while they were hiding on the dock, the boat sank. And so then they pretended to be the survivors of that boat wreck so they could move on to the next boat. And then one guy stayed outside of the mess hall just in case it sunk.
Right.
Which, of course, it did. And so he did one heroic thing and opened the door for the people about 10 minutes after it happened.
Yeah.
Took the sweetest, the longest time ever to get there. He opened the door, and of course Harry Styles, I assume, and him lived. And then they went into another boat and hid out there for the rest of the time. And this whole other time, there's hundreds of thousands of people on the beach waiting to be evacuated, and we don't know anything about them because it didn't matter.
Oh, God.
And that was 60% of the movie.
That was 60%.
The other 40%
It's
was Tom
terrible.
Hardy shooting down planes, which was awesome, and the guy who played the big friendly giant on the boat, which was also great. And then
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy's there.
And is a weirdo.
Okay, tell me this.
He's just a weirdo.
They pick up, because of the alternate timeline, or because of the disconnected timeline, you see Cillian Murphy first sitting on a plane, right?
Or I think it's a sunken boat.
Was that
It's
a
the back
sunken
of
boat?
A boat. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out, is
Uh-huh.
what was he sitting on? Because you see him again 30 minutes later on the beach part,
Right.
telling Harry Styles that he can't get in the boat. But then, at some point, he was sunk and drifted out into the English Channel and was picked up by the big friendly giant.
Dude, I don't get that movie's timeline at all.
I mean, I think I understand the
At all.
timeline. The beach just doesn't make sense because they said a week, but in the movie, it starts in the day, the sinking of the boat happens at night, then they get in the other boat that sinks in the next day, which is the day that they're all rescued. So it's really only a day and a half that you
Right.
even witness the beach part. Why is it a week?
I don't know. They definitely had to been like fucking walk into that one boat where they got shot at for some apparent reason. God, that was so dumb. The whole beach shit. Everything with
if
Harry
they took
Styles.
out the beach, I feel like it would be a much
if they
better
just
movie.
made a better like air fight, combat, dog fight, air movie. If they focused more on
agreed.
that, it would have been so much better.
Agreed.
But he wanted to try a different type of war movie. I saw that it was a war movie unlike you've ever seen before. And like,
Yeah, because it was boring.
yeah, I
He
mean,
made
it's
a
kind
war
of Jarhead.
movie that was boring.
You remember Jarhead?
But Jarhead had characters you cared about.
Right.
That was the point
the whole
of Jarhead.
focus was on the
Yeah.
characters rather than the actual war or the action
Right.
of it.
Like, they didn't mention his family or anything like that. Like, Tom Hardy had the same problem. You didn't know anything about him. You didn't know anything about the people he cared about.
Right.
But he had action sequences the entire time you were on him, so you were at least entertained.
Were we supposed to do homework before seeing this?
I don't know,
fucking movie?
man. I don't
Like,
feel
literally,
like we should have.
You got 3 sentences of prologue to it, where it was like, "There's men on the beach. The British and France forces are getting pushed out of
Yeah.
France by the Germans.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for hope, any sort of hope or some crap." And then I'm just like, "What? What? Why?"
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I went home. I looked at YouTube. Apparently, Dunkirk. There was a scene of it in the movie Atonement.
Okay.
And it was a 5-minute one-take shot of James McAvoy just walking on the beach through a whole bunch of just random crazy shit that they had to do. They were killing horses. Like, people were having fun just playing around. There were guys fighting, and it was like... It was...
Right. Well, that's what I think would have been better if they would have focused on what was happening at the beach.
Yeah, just not be like, we're scared. The only thing I know about the people on the beach was that they get very scared when German planes come and attack them.
Yes.
But as to why they didn't,
The whole
have
beach part didn't
guns
work.
to shoot at them. Like, they had armored vehicles, right?
I don't know. They didn't.
They
tell
had
us.
assault vehicles and they were getting pushed back, but you would think you would have some sort of air defense if you are just
I don't know,
chilling
man.
with 300,000 men on a beach.
Right. That's another problem I had with it, is because I think because Christopher Nolan is so obsessed with practical effects, the scale of what was happening didn't feel right. Like at the end of the beginning of the movie, he said Winston Churchill wanted to get 30,000 men off the beach so they could go defend England.
Right.
But at the end of the movie, Kenneth Branagh said they were so successful they got all 300,000 men off the beach. The problem with that is that there were 30 boats in the water. There's no way 300,000 people got into 30 boats. You also never saw that many people on the beach. You never saw that many people at barricades.
No.
You never got the sense that there were 300,000 people anywhere. It almost felt deserted.
Yeah.
It literally, the movie felt like a battle had happened there, and then they forgot to get picked
You
up by
also
their mom.
never saw the Germans.
No.
Ever.
Well,
you
I was
saw
reading
like
the Wikipedia.
silhouettes of them,
It says-
and you never saw the enemy.
It says right here that the contact with the enemy was extremely limited and intermittent. He made a conscious decision to never show the Germans on screen. So Christopher Nolan purposely never showed Germans on screen.
Yeah.
There were gunfights, like people were getting shot at by the
Like,
Germans.
and that's one of the things that people liked was it was supposed to be immersive. You were supposed to feel like you were in the war zone because, I mean, despite all the action
Right.
and movies and shit like that,
Right.
it is most of the time.
Well, and I
you're
think-
just doing things and then all of a
I think
sudden
that's
you're
okay.
getting shot.
I think Christopher Nolan tried to make it
Yeah.
feel boring at points because you were supposed to understand that these dudes were literally doing nothing.
Right.
It was just tension. Am I going to
But
die
they weren't
today
doing
because of
anything,
just-
right?
but-
They were escaping.
Right. Well, I think that's the problem.
So
is
it's
that
not like you're just chilling.
he tried to make
don't
it
know.
so you cared about the people, but you didn't. And then he tried to make it boring, but it's only a 2-hour-long movie. There wasn't enough time to feel. It ruined the pacing of the rest of the movie to go back to the beach.
Yeah.
Like, about halfway through the movie, I was just like, every time I went to the beach, I was just like, God, I don't care. I would literally rather watch the Big Friendly Giant sail for an hour than watch Harry Styles swim for an hour.
Yeah.
Which is what we got.
There was some cool shots. Some of the cinematography was cool, but I mean, Jesus, it was so cut.
It wasn't
so cut.
the
and
movie
so
wasn't.
It didn't flow well.
No,
at all.
it just didn't work. Like I kind of see pieces of what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Like with a cool multiple
like
timeline
Crash,
thing.
you know,
yeah,
Crash,
that's a good example because it's
or
the
like-
same type of way.
where there's all different points of-
Perspectives, and then they all kind of converge
yeah, and they start at different times.
at the end.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I really did not.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I just think that's my overall review is that it's boring. It was boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad really at all. It was beautiful to watch. The sound was incredible.
It was so loud.
Oh yeah,
So loud, and it was just from instant, just nothing.
Which I kinda
Silence
liked.
to bow.
that
like
part was
gun.
immersive.
Oh yeah,
I liked that
definitely.
part.
Right.
The air battles were spectacular to watch.
So well
yeah,
shot.
that
Like,
was really great.
I just want to be in the air with one of them like that.
Yeah, it
Like,
looked
just
great.
in VR or some
Yep,
shit. Just
it
give
felt
me that.
incredible. Even the boat parts were kind of cool because you cared about the people and what they were doing. But the beach part, which was 60% of the movie,
Every single boat part, I knew what the fuck was gonna happen.
right.
It's like it's gonna blow up,
Right.
And they're gonna have to get off. So like, why are these people
Well, I
just eating
think-
and chilling? Like, oh, they're safe
I think
now.
that's the problem. So the boat part, we knew that they would make it to the beach and that they would rescue people because that's what happens in real life. But we didn't know. On the way, they pick up Cillian Murphy, who was in a crashed boat. They pick up a fighter pilot who was shot down. So there's some suspense there. But like I said, you care about the people. You care about the people on the boat.
Right.
You get a little bit to know about them. There's a guy on the boat, who he dies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But and you care about that. That's what cared about. And then the Tom Hardy part, you didn't know if Tom Hardy lived or died. You didn't know if he saved the people from the bombers. And so that kept you in suspense. I think they wanted the same thing to happen with the beach. Is Harry Styles and the French guy going to live? Are they going to escape? The problem is that I didn't root for them because I didn't want them to cut in line, which they did from minute 5 in the movie.
Yeah.
When when the French guy stole a British guy's identity on the beach and then buried his body. He was already dead. He didn't kill him, but he still did it so he could blend in with the British and then escape. And I just didn't root for them because they're kind of, that's not cool things to do.
This is a good story for the British people, right? Like, that's why he told it was like it was a coming together of the British people to help Britain. And
right, it was about British civilians going and saving the day, essentially.
So, like, why focus some of your story on people who convey the opposite of that message? They are in it only for them, their survival. They do nothing else other than care for themselves.
Like, instead of paying for Harry Styles, why didn't he get like 15 unknown actors and have every day of the beach be three different people, and they do different things, like what you were talking about, like eating horses or just messing around. So people got an idea of, on Tuesday, 15 people died in this bombing run, and this guy read War and Peace because he had nothing to do.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, they ran out of food, so they had to start eating the horses.
I just felt like everyone on the beach was just like, all right, we're going to stand here. We're going to stand here. Oh, there's a German plane. Up. Oh, God. Oh, it just blew up some people. All right, well, we're going to
I feel
continue
like
to stand
that would
here.
have been okay if
another German
we
plane.
cared about the people that it was happening to.
It's just like, no, it's just that
we just didn't care.
I just felt like they were dumb. Like, I get it's a shit situation, and they probably didn't have anything to help them out better than that. But it wasn't communicated they were.
I just didn't come out
trying
of it
to survive. They were just waiting for boats.
Agreed.
They were just waiting for boats.
And I don't know if that part of that was like, maybe that's what it was actually like for the military.
Hasn't a human swam that channel before?
I believe so.
Like world record kind of shit?
Yeah, swam the English Channel. Let's Google it. Yeah. Let's see here.
So you're telling me that, I give it, like 300,000 men aren't going to fucking do that, but out of that 300,000, there's not 20 that can swim that shit?
Well, in 1926, Gertrude Eldely became the first woman to share to swim the English Channel.
There's definitely some more information as to why they were in such a shitty situation, but because of that movie, I have no idea what that is.
It's 21 miles. The shortest distance is 21 miles.
I'm not swimming that. I'm not.
The fastest swim is 7 hours, and the slowest is 27 hours.
Yeah, that would suck to swim that.
Right.
I'm not saying by any means to do that.
And he showed
but it's better than blowing up on a beach.
Well, he showed that. One guy just walked out into the channel.
Dude, that dude made it home.
He might have. He might have. But see, I wish there was more of that.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of what are these soldiers doing on the beach to give me a sense of what they're going through.
Right.
Because I don't care about the dudes who are trying to cut in line. I just don't care.
We didn't get shown anything that told us that they were, that they were scared enough, I guess, for their own lives to want to cut in line and fuck their other soldiers.
Right, because there's there's 300,000 other people apparently that are also just as terrified as them.
Yeah.
And they're not cutting in line.
Right.
So I just actively root against those people, which made me like the movie less.
I fucking hate line cutters, man.
I do too, dude.
Those people in that left lane going home. Oh God, I want to blow them up.
Yeah, dude. I just so overall, I don't know.
Overall, man. I will not rewatch it. Like, I will watch a fan cut of them taking out every goddamn thing except the air battle. It really is, because those air battles is a good 20 minutes of solid, awesome action to watch. But sorry, I guess I'm not British. I don't care about the story. I mean, I care about the story, but it's not as close to my heart, so I can critique this.
I think that's my problem of it.
Way more.
Is that I feel like I would care about this story if it was done right.
Yeah.
Because I never heard about the Battle of Dunkirk because we're not British.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know Normandy,
yeah.
and then I know all the American things.
Yep.
I don't know really anything about the British.
1944, and that's us.
Right.
That's when we get there.
Yeah, I believe that's how most Americans are, and I get America's not the only country in the world, but he obviously made this movie for America because everyone makes it either for China or America or India, I guess, but India kind of does.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think he wanted us to
major.
do a history lesson before we went into the movie.
Yeah. Because I saw Cillian Murphy going around making the runs on late night talking about the movie, and I'm assuming, I didn't watch it because I didn't want anything to get spoiled, but I'm assuming he was talking about the history of it.
Let's see. The film Speaking about the narrative structure in the premiere magazine, Christopher Nolan stated, "For the soldiers who embarked in the conflict, the events took place on different temporalities. On land, some stayed for 1 week stuck on the beach. On the water, the events lasted maximum a day. And if you were flying to Dunkirk, the British Spitfires would carry an hour of fuel. To mingle these different versions of history, one had to mix the temporal strata. Hence the complicated structure. Even if the story is very simple, do not repeat it to the studio. This might be my most experimental film." Hans Zimmer used Christopher Nolan's pocket watch to create the clock-ticking soundtracks in the film. Nope. That's the most pretentious thing I've ever heard. The Christopher Nolan, this is just his... He's just
This
jerking
is
off.
my pocket watch, Hans Zimmer,
This
please.
is his circle jerk for 2 hours.
Use this exact
He's
tone
like,
of a
I made
tick.
Batman, I made Interstellar, I made Inception. I'm going to use all the money you're going to give me to put boats in the water and shoot 2 hours of nothing, and you're going to like it because I'm
Dude,
Christopher Nolan.
What if it's genius?
It's
We're
not.
going to look back on it in 5 years and be like, wow.
We're not, dude.
That was genius.
No. Tom Hardy has less than 10
That
lines
will
of screen
never
time.
happen.
No.
Tom Hardy loves to do movies where he doesn't talk. Have you noticed that? The Revenant.
Also, Christopher
Mad
Nolan's
Max.
like, "Hey man, you want to come back and do a movie with me?" And he's like, "I don't know, you gonna be able to see my face this time?" Christopher Nolan's like, "No, actually, you're gonna see less of your face now than ever before."
You got a mask on half the movie.
It's not like a Bane mask.
And
it's a full face mask.
I just love Christopher Nolan. I think
I
I
do
watched
too.
something about him, and he was like, "I really like Tom Hardy because you could see the acting through his eyes. Like I need actors that."
And I
can
agree. Tom
see
Hardy
it
could do
through
that.
your
I
eyes.
mean, he did a
But
great
half
actor.
the time there was like a reflection
Yeah.
over the glass of the mask he
Yeah.
was wearing. You can't even see. Tom Hardy raised his eyebrows. Oh no, he's looking at something that shocks him. What
Also,
the fuck could it be?
Tom Hardy is the only person that didn't get a happy ending in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's the one who saved the day.
Right.
And I don't know why.
He sacrificed himself because
Why?
he could have let that bomber do whatever the fuck it was gonna do.
No. I get that.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just turn and crash in the water by the people and get picked up like his other pilot did? Like, part of
That's
me
a
was
great
like,
question.
oh, he's going to save the plane.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't because he lands in enemy territory and he scorches the plane so they don't get the tech.
Yeah.
And then he's captured by the Germans and obviously murdered because they're not going to take him out for drinks. So why did they kill Tom Hardy? He could have just veered to the left.
Oh yeah.
And went back into the ocean and done a water
absolutely,
landing like his
he's
partner.
dead. These are Nazis.
Yes.
He's
They're not going to go
dead.
to the pub. He got tortured for everything he knew,
Oh, yeah.
and then they murdered him in a brutal way.
Uh-huh.
And there's no reason, because he's not a real historical figure. He's a made-up amalgamation
Is
of
he?
fighter pilots for
Is
this
he?
movie. Yes.
Okay.
There's no way. There's no way.
So why would you take...
Why would you kill Tom Hardy for no reason?
I don't get him.
I get the idea is that,
I don't
he
get it.
sacrificed his life for the good of the British people, but he didn't have to!
He really didn't.
He could have just crashed, landed like his partner did
Jumped
in
out.
the movie. Literally did it in the movie the same way, and he could have just landed in the water and got out.
You remember what happened at that part? He almost drowned if
Yeah.
it weren't for another boat. Water landings are dangerous. So he would rather land
Except-
it to where he lives and then gets captured.
Okay, and then
And then
immediately is
eventually
captured.
dies.
Yeah, in a
From
horrible
torture.
fashion.
Oh, God. Stupid.
It doesn't make sense, dude.
Why? Why? If you're going to do it, why do it shitty? That's my only question.
1,500 extras, a crane, and a Spitfire were used to recreate the miraculous evacuation of 338,000 Allied troops. That seems about right. It felt like there were 1,500 people on the beach and not 300,000.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he refuses to use CGI.
And a
Like
crane?
I guess for the beach shots, man. Make it look really scoped. It just did not look like 300,000 people were on that beach. And,
No.
and then it didn't look like there were enough boats to pick up 300,000 people.
No.
I feel like in his mind, there was a lot of themes that he tried to portray.
50 boats.
But none of them made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Tom Hardy. Like, I think in his mind, he's like, this man performed the ultimate sacrifice to save 300,000 people. And I think in his mind, he loves that. But
Right.
in reality, he didn't need to.
Right.
He still performed a great sacrifice by crash landing, could have died. Maybe he would have. But at least he didn't land for no reason and was tortured by Nazis.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Christopher Nolan didn't think about that. And, like, I just don't understand where his head was, man. And I think some of this said that he wrote it. I mean, it might have been the Wikipedia page. But basically, he wrote this movie, like, 30 years ago or something ridiculous like that. It said it somewhere. I don't remember where it was. It must have been on the Wikipedia page. Let me look that up. But like he said, it was like one of the first movies he wrote. And how dare my history not include the actual history? What is this? Dunkirk. Here we go.
Dude.
Let's see. 25 years prior to making the film, director Christopher Nolan came up with the idea when he and his wife, Emma Thomas, sailed across the English Channel to Dunkirk. Nolan wrote the 76-page screenplay about half the length of his usual scripts and his shortest to date. So, yeah, and it says it was written with a precise mathematical structure requiring the basis of the characters to be fictional rather than taken from actual eyewitnesses. Okay. Nolan decided to make the film as a triptych told from three perspectives, the land, the sea, and the air. And he structured the story from the point of view of the characters with the intention that most of it was to be told visually, which meant doing away with dialogue and backstory. The entire film was made to encompass the snowball effect that had only been used in third acts of his previous film. He approached the research as though it was for a documentary. What made the project attractive to Nolan was its inherent contradiction to the Hollywood formula, as the Battle of Dunkirk was not a victory, did not involve America, and yet demanded a big-scale production to be put up on screen. I don't know, man.
Dude, he did it because he was British.
Well, and he did it because he could.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wrote a screenplay 25 years ago that Christopher Nolan's probably gotten a lot better in 25 years ago.
Screenplay about an actual battle that existed.
I don't know, man.
Just like, what? You couldn't think of anything better? You're Chris Nolan. You couldn't think of anything better.
I think this is his circle jerk. I think he's had it for 25 years.
Right.
He's big enough now, no one can tell him no. And so he just did it.
I'm telling you, this whole mathematical precision shit,
that's what
structure.
It didn't help the movie.
It didn't for us.
No.
I'm telling you, 5 years from now, it's going to be a goddamn gold.
There's no way.
Gold.
Someone needs to tell me what I didn't get. Someone needs to tell me what I didn't get.
You didn't get nothing. Or there was nothing to not get. Like, that's. I mean, he basically said it right there. He was like, "There's no reason for this movie to get made. There wouldn't."
Well, it's not a typical Hollywood
like
blockbuster.
him, right?
But
without him doing
why is it 92%? Why does 91% of Google users like the movie? Because it's not a good movie. There's nothing interesting about it. Half of the movie is boredom, which I think was intentional because I think the idea is that the soldiers on the beach don't know what's happening in the bigger world, so you shouldn't know what's happening in the bigger world. And that, again, I think is totally fine. I understand where they're coming from. Just don't put the whole I don't get what's happening thing on the shoulders of two people who are cutting in line.
Yeah.
I think that's what killed the movie for me, is that I didn't care about the beach. And the beach is the point of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I think that's what killed it.
It really is.
I think that's what I didn't like about the movie as a whole.
Yeah.
Is that they couldn't... Christopher Nolan did not make me sympathize with the beach. And because of that, I didn't care about the movie.
I mean, I agree, man.
And I want someone to tell me why it's so good.
I don't know, because critics like shit. They like shit.
But it isn't critics. It's user-rated.
Yeah.
Let's look at its user rating on IMDb.
What else came out this week?
Dude, who knows?
There was one other thing, right?
Yeah, it's got an 8.8 out of 10 based on 51,000 reviews on IMDb. 8.8. I just don't know, man.
Yeah.
$150 million budget. The movie could have been done for $80 million if they used CGI. I'm telling you, it's his circle jerk. He wanted to put a bunch of boats in the water. He wanted to fly cool planes. He wanted to shoot it all on IMAX. Mm-hmm. And this was his ability. This was his chance to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
And I don't think it was... I mean, it was absolutely all right. The movie was.
Yeah.
It was not a Chris Nolan movie.
It would have been completely terrible if it didn't have the air battles.
Agreed.
I feel like.
Agreed.
That made it. And I mean, I did care. Like, I mean, Tom Hardy did not have a lot of lines, but I mean, I guess it's just because his name, I cared about his character. I wanted him to not die from Nazis and, not get shot down and make it. But I knew as soon as he couldn't read his fuel thing, I knew, like, his plane's going. He's done.
I just don't know why they killed him.
I don't know why he did.
I don't know why there's a lot of stuff in that movie, to be honest with you.
How much money do you think it's going to make?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's already made back its budget.
I think so, man. It's the only movie, right? This week.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I think you're right. Let's see.
What do I sell?
Get out of here.
Is it War for the Planet of the Apes? Is that what? No.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago? Shit.
That was 2 weeks ago, right? IMDb.com. Let's see what's now playing.
I thought one other movie came out.
Now playing. Where's that at? How come no? How come not there? Okay, opening this week. Valerian and the Seas of a Thousand Planets.
Yep.
That's like a kid's movie, though, isn't it?
No. My parents wanted to see it.
Okay, but at like some point you get old enough that kids' movies are what you want to watch again, right?
No.
I think so.
Is it? I know it's.
Well, it's PG-13.
It's a book.
It's PG-13, man. Rihanna's in it.
Yeah.
That's Rihanna right there.
Oh yeah, it is.
I'm gonna put this up on the screen so people can understand that that's Rihanna right there.
Yeah, my parents wanted to see this. I was like, no.
That's Rihanna right there.
No. No thanks.
Clara Della Virginity.
Yeah, and I don't
Who's
get
that?
why. She's the fucking enchantress in Suicide Squad. The
Never
one who
seen it.
moves her hips like this.
Nope, didn't see Suicide Squad,
Oh,
man.
dude, it's terrible.
I've
She
avoided
like
that.
dances like this while giving. You shall become my slave.
She was in the Bad Blood music video by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's a model and now apparently an actress.
Let's see.
And now she's in this movie.
Yeah, Dunkirk made $50 million according to IMDb so far. And then next week, Emoji Movie, Atomic Blonde comes out. Emoji Movie. Dude, I'm
gross.
I don't know, man. I feel like, obviously, Dunkirk was more highbrow than the Emoji Movie. Right. It means more in cinema. More things were accomplished. You can't deny the accomplishment of strapping IMAX cameras to Spitfire planes and having air battles. That's incredible. I would definitely be more entertained by the Emoji Movie. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to go see Dunkirk again or Transformers 5, which one would you go see?
That would be Transformers.
They're both free. You said Transformers?
I don't know, mate.
Dunkirk is shorter.
That is a good point. I kind of want to rewatch it because I feel like I missed things. And if I go back and I rewatch it, then I may see things that I missed and then it would make more sense.
That's the wrong one. I don't have the problem you have with not understanding the timeline.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like you think more things happened than what happened. Because really only a couple things crossed over. Like you saw the boat.
Right, but and that's a point that I have is like, or that the review I watched was like, all these ships look like you've blown up 10 of them already. Like, I don't know what's the same boat, what's a different boat, what's at night, what's not at night. I don't.
Right. Well, and
I can't see with my eyes. You need to.
I think only like
Black
one or
and
two
white,
boats
Chris Nolan.
actually
Tell me.
sank. They just show them getting sank a few times from every perspective.
And that was confusing to me.
Well, and also all the soldiers looked the same, and that was a huge problem. And I don't know, man.
Well, like
I think
a
it had a
boat
lot of
sank
issues.
really close to, like, on the dock. One sank, like, just a little bit out from the dock. One sank where Cillian Murphy, where the fuck was he at? Why was he sunk?
Yeah, why was he even
in
sunk,
the middle of the fuck nowhere? I'm telling you. Well, no. He was on the lifeboat that grabbed the two guys from the...
Well, I think what happened is every boat that left... He said a U-boat got him. So I think every boat that got far out, the U-boat shot down.
Those lifeboats? U-boats aren't... He was not sitting on a
lifeboat.
lifeboat.
I think it was a battleship.
He was sitting on a... Oh, okay, so you think...
Or those medical ships or whatever.
Yeah,
and every one of them that left got sunk. Now, they never explained how the little boats didn't get sunk by the U-boats. Maybe because they're smaller and that's why.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't kill but the smaller boats.
They don't see them on their radar.
Because they turned off like their fire lamps and then they just shut down the big boat. That happened in the movie. So I think that's what happened. I think every time a big boat left, it got shot down.
Yeah.
And that's why Tom Hardy saved the day, because the fighters were going to destroy these range of ships, but then Tom Hardy killed them all.
Which doesn't make sense
And then
because
he
there's
delivered himself
U-boats
to the
under the
Nazis.
water. Why would you think that there still aren't U-boats under the fucking
I think
water?
it's not deep enough for the U-boats to get inland.
Right, but they still have to... They can be in the English Channel.
Yes,
It's
but that's
just
why they
like-
sent the small boats, because their big boats kept getting sunk.
Right. So all those small... No, I thought... No, you're right.
Yeah.
All the small boats literally went from England to Dunkirk.
Right. And then
I
they went
thought
back.
that they were going to Dunkirk, going to pick them up, and then use those small boats to get the soldiers to the destroyers.
No, they
The
went
destroyers
directly from Dunkirk to England
Okay.
because the battleships kept getting destroyed.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would rather watch Transformers.
It's sad, man.
I don't know.
It makes me sad.
It was definitely not a Chris Nolan movie.
No.
It wasn't.
And that was our biggest... That's why we went and saw it, because we're like, what is Chris Nolan going to do that's going to blow our nips off? Because every movie he makes blows our nips off, and this movie was a big bowl of okay.
I mean, I didn't even like the score. The scores of his movies are always fantastic.
Agreed. It again was boring.
It was
just
literally
literal
Inception
tones.
mixed with Interstellar.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Dark Knight mixed with more Dark Knight. You know how like the Batman theme is brrr, brrr. It's like that, but it's only the first part, and it's 2 hours long. Brrr.
No, I'm telling you.
No, I'm listen.
There's
Hold on.
parts.
Tick like a clock right now. You got to do it fast, like a pocket watch. Okay. We just recreated the score. That's what it is. You tell me that wasn't the score.
Just get shots.
I mean, I could probably pull up the score.
Just get shot at.
Let's see, browse.
I'm telling you, it sounds like Interstellar mixed with Inception.
No, because Interstellar had...
Inception
This
had
was
the bomb.
Yeah. But Interstellar also had guitars, and it also had pianos. This had cellos. End of list, I feel like.
Yeah. And a pocket watch.
Let's see, Dunkirk.
And a pocket watch.
Yeah, Dunkirk. Okay, here we go. Let's see. There are two songs that have stars next to them. Let's listen to this one called Supermarine. You got your headphones on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
So good.
See, I didn't get this much instrumentation in the movie.
I didn't either.
I didn't hear any of this.
I know. It was very quiet, too, because I'm sure he didn't want to, make you feel like you're watching a movie with a big old score. It was very subtle.
This is more what I feel like we got. Just a lot of...
Just constant.
Just tones.
Noise.
Yeah. And you can hear the click, clock in the background.
We need our army.
Okay, we need our army back. Here we go. This is more like what I heard.
Yeah.
Lots of drones. This kind of is exactly in audio form how the movie was too.
Yeah, very just dull and not
Okay, let's
exciting.
skip halfway through. Okay,
Wow.
we just skipped 2 minutes ahead.
It's just gone up in tone, man. That's it.
Okay, let's skip another 2 minutes. Oh, back down now.
Shut up.
Okay, let's go another 2 minutes. Oh, hold on, something's happening.
Oh God.
Oh my God, I just skipped 2 minutes and nothing changed.
It's great, man. Hans Zimmer's best work.
Okay, that was 6 minutes. I just skipped 6 minutes. That was the same thing.
4 different tones.
Now let's go to Inception. Let's play one of their starred. All right. Well, time is not really fair. Okay, but this is a starred one for Inception. Like, see how there's melody? Like, that's way different than what we got in Dunkirk, or like this one right here.
Like I'm telling you, like you said, it's an experimental movie that he was just like, all right, all the things that make a movie, let's just not do them. Like a good soundtrack, characters, a consistent linear timeline.
I mean, that's...
Fuck it all.
I mean, you're kind of right.
We're just going to throw clips at people and let them figure it out. That's why I'm telling you, it's going to be received as a genius. That's why people like it. It's like, they didn't understand it. So it's not dumb, obviously. It's not because it's dumb. It's because we're dumb. And, like,
I don't feel like we are dumb. I think we understand themes. We understand storytelling. We understand art.
Well, I mean,
we're
your general audience of moviegoers.
No, I totally disagree. My mom and your mom are the general audience of moviegoers.
We're the kind of goers that they want, though, right?
I think they made this. We're huge Chris Nolan fans.
I don't know.
We love soundtracks. We love cinematography. We love visual effects. We love great stories. We are the people Chris Nolan makes movies for. I think the difference is we see through the bullshit. I think that's what happened. Like, I literally think all the other critics are like, wow, look what he did that no one else has ever done. What a genius.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, that's poop. This is the Emperor's New Clothes. That's what this is. This is the Emperor's New Clothes. Chris Nolan is the naked guy, and everyone's like, that's so avant-garde, he's such a genius. And then there's the regular dude who's like, dude, you're just naked. You're just naked. There's nothing special about what you've done.
Right.
You're just naked.
No, I agree. Yeah.
This is the Emperor's new clothes. We're the ones that get beheaded by the Emperor for telling him he's naked, and everyone else gets to live happy lives because they're like, dude, you're a genius. That's what happened. That's literally what we are.
Yep. Let's just not die, though. Don't kill us, Chris.
Well, no one listens. You know, it'd be like we'd be in the audience and be like, this sucks, and some guy'd be like, shut up. That's our podcast.
Sit back down. Remove his tongue. Don't ever have him speak again.
I just want you to know that
Make him live, though. Live with no tongue. The mole.
We're 45 seconds into
What's
this
the
right
mole?
now. This would be the theme for the beach because the beach was called the Mole, right?
I didn't catch that.
This is 55 seconds in. Let's skip a minute or so. Now we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in.
I'm telling you, it's on YouTube.
This seems more like it, yeah. See how it's one?
Go look up Dunkirk atonement scene.
Okay.
It's from the movie Atonement. It's a 5-minute, one-take shot, and you'll get the entire gist of this fucking movie.
Okay.
In one 5-minute go. It will be. It's better. It's got CGI in it, so it looks like it should.
I mean,
is it me or did it also feel like the town, Dunkirk or whatever behind them, was just? It was just there, like nothing bad had happened to it.
I think
there was one smoke plume,
well,
and that was
and then there was
it.
a night scene where they look up and they see the fighting happening in Dunkirk. But I think we personally don't know enough about World War II in the Europe era to know if that was. Well, first of all, where's Dunkirk on France? Could you point it out to me?
Yes.
Could you really?
It's the closest part between France and England, yes. You find the closest part on the map, and then you point to it, and that's where it is.
Googler.
Googler. Maps.googler.com, guys.
Typing is hard, everybody.
Dunkirk. Where's Dunkirk at?
All right, let's see here. Get out of here.
Ah, lovely flat Wichita.
France.
Look at that.
Okay, there's Dunkirk right there. And there's Dover.
That's not where I would have pointed.
You would have pointed right here, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right here. Which you can't see on the map. Right here.
Yeah, that's where I would have pointed.
So it's over here. Still pretty close, though.
Yeah.
Still pretty close. Huh. Yeah, man. So we don't even know where Dunkirk is on the map.
Right.
And, like, it's right next to Belgium.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're, like, here looking in, like, at night, you could see fighting over here. You could see fighting over here. Like, who knows where in England that was happening. That might not even been in Dunkirk. You know what I mean? I think that's part of, like, we just don't understand the scope of the war or the battle. And I don't think it was Christopher Nolan's job to tell us, like, we're dummies, what the scope of the battle was.
Dude, no, I'm telling you, if you just, from looking at the scene of Atonement compared to just the general scene of Chris Nolan's Dunkirk, it looked like Dunkirk was just having a nice little day. It's got one fire going on. They got to take care of that, but other than that,
people stranded on the beach.
Fine.
Yeah.
Like there weren't bombings that happened or anything like that.
That's why I'm telling you, dude.
There weren't buildings falling apart or nothing. All the buildings were fucking fine.
They would have fixed the movie, I'm telling you, as if the first 15 minutes of the movie were a 5-day montage style of multiple characters doing multiple things so we could get an idea of what the beach was about and why rescuing them was a thing that needed to happen.
That would have been great.
That would have
because
fixed the movie.
Guess what Americans don't know?
About the Battle of Dunkirk.
They don't know shit about World War II battles.
Right.
Of other countries that we weren't a part of.
Well, and I understand that it's not his job for us to know that, but it kind of is. If he's telling a story, there should be more to his opening crawl than just what there was, which was the Battle of Dunkirk happened, people were waiting for boats.
Yeah.
That's literally about what it said. And then that's all you got. And then you have two people who are trying to cut in line for a minute and 20 minutes, and then you get boat scenes and air
called it, man. You called that shit straight up. You said it was going to be a big pile of poop. You were right.
You're
not ready for it.
I did not dislike the movie. If anyone besides Chris Nolan had made that movie, I would probably judge it less harshly than I do. I just know what he can do.
Yeah.
Like, he wasted his life making this movie instead of the next Inception or the next Interstellar or the next Prestige. And he's made small-scale movies before that are amazing with storytelling. He doesn't have to make giant space operas for every movie. I understand that. This was a circle jerk of Christopher Nolan's brain of epic proportions, and that's all it was. That's all it was, man.
Agreed. Don't go see it. It's not worth it. Rent it when it comes out.
Yeah, rent it and maybe drink during it.
Yeah.
It'd be a good movie to just watch and be able to talk through.
Because
there's a lot of places for you to talk
and shit. Yeah. It's just really loud. Bullets come out of nowhere for no fucking reason.
But they're few and far between.
They came from.
They're few and far between.
Oh yeah,
now.
you got a lot of time to just sit and watch people watch.
I think I would have had a better time watching this movie if. I can't really say that because it was so great to watch in IMAX because of the air battles. That was incredible.
Right.
But I feel like you could put that like here in Wichita in Hutch we have the Cosmosphere, and all it does is show like the power of storms, and it's 30-minute IMAX movies.
Right.
They could have done the dogfight in that,
yeah,
and I could have got that. I didn't need the beach, I didn't need the boat in IMAX. Nothing was gained from that, and those scenes. You could watch at home, and I think you'd have a better time because during the lulls, you could discuss what was happening.
Yeah,
it's just you just sit there and it's like so reading a novel where there's no dialogue. Yeah. It's all description. It's all
all visual.
It's all visual, and it's really not that cool to look at on the beach scenes.
No, because like you said. I pointed out to you, and you said, like, once I did, you couldn't stop seeing it, was that the cardboard people that you said, just from the sheer fact of knowing that I was going to look for cardboard people in the backgrounds and such like that, I saw them! They were there! They were right next to either CGI people or real extras that were slightly moving.
Do you think he's ever going to give up on his film is the way, practical effects is the way thing? At some point, he's going to have to, right? Because people are going to stop manufacturing film.
Yeah, this movie is fucking fantastic. Like, I mean, if that Spitfire was real, all the boats were fucking real.
Yeah.
Everything like that was real. He had to take IMAX cameras actually out onto the ocean and make sure they didn't fall in the water. Like, that is some crazy shit. Congrats to you for doing that. But we live in an age where you can do all that shit on a computer.
Yes.
Without any of that budget.
You don't need all the film.
Right.
Like, Red Dragon is like 16K.
Yeah.
16! That's unbelievable. There's nothing that film can do that camera cannot do. And he's Christopher Nolan. He could get that camera.
Yeah.
You can't point to Christopher Nolan's films and be like, these are superior because they're all in film, and then point to Fight Club, which was made 30 years ago, and it's all digital, and be like, this movie's worse because it's on digital. Yeah. And it's shot in, like, 0.0K because back then it was probably on a flip cam, but David Fincher still made it look great! Because a good director's a good director.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is his circle jerk? It's a circle jerk, man. He wants it because he wants it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason.
That's a thing with directors, man. James Cameron, the only reason he made Titanic was so he can go dive down to the fucking Titanic.
But he's innovating.
Yeah?
Christopher Nolan is in the 1930s.
And he's going to be stuck there, and he wants to stay there, and he wants to keep the tradition alive.
Stay, bitch!
So are you done with Chris Nolan now, man? It sounds like it. I kind of like.
I'm really mad that he took $30 of my dollars for this movie and gave me nothing in return.
He gave you a cool Spitfire, couple of scenes.
He gave me an hour of show content. That's what he gave me.
Yeah. What can you do, man?
I mean, what's his next movie going to be now? Is he just going to go back to making his normal movies?
I don't know.
Because I feel like at this point he can just do whatever he wants and no one's going to say no to him because he just did a 2-hour-long circle jerk of nothing and it's got 91% user reviews.
That's crazy.
We're the only people on the planet that don't like this movie right now.
No.
It's us and Donald Trump.
All 4 or 5 top reviewers I've seen review it, or I just Googled or YouTube Dunkirk review, and there was 5 of them, and all of them had like a what the fuck was this kind of face.
Okay.
So... The one guy I watch religiously on reviews, Jeremy Jaws, he said, looks great. I didn't give a shit about anything in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel.
Didn't care about any of the characters.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. There was no characters to care about. They were just people.
It's a big bowl of okay. They
could have been robots.
I don't feel like my life was wasted watching it like it was with Transformers 5.
They could have been birds.
But I also don't feel like my life was gained anything. Dude, Dunkirk is birds. Now we're talking, dude. DUNKIRK.
Dude, a bird flying a Spitfire. Oh, man. He's on me. I'm on him. Quack. That would be way more entertaining.
You know what? We just did an hour of really serious, in-depth movie analysis, and it's ruined by that.
Yep.
Like, no one will now take it seriously. Because, you know, like, the New York Times would pick up and be like, Seth and Colby reviewed movies, and they did a very good job, but then slowly it diverts into bird memes. And it's just, that would be all people remember.
I don't know enough
about
about bird law to dispute it.
All right.
Oh,
so, that's our review of DUNKIRK, unless you have something else you want to say about it.
Trash.
Trash.
British people, I really hope you liked it, because I'm pretty sure it was meant for you. So, hope you liked it.
Well, here's some things I have pulled up in tabs if you want to keep the show.
You might not
rolling.
have, because all those characters were made up anyway.
They were made up.
So, I mean, just stupid. What?
I mean, it did give me a cool... I kept thinking, wow, war sucks during the whole movie. It's like, you know, just watching random people get crushed by sinking boats. Like, dude, that blows. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel like that's the first movie to ever give me that feeling. Right. So... That wasn't anything special either.
The sound of it with the guns,
God,
and like, especially
the sound
the planes,
editing was incredible.
I mean, the anticipation and the anxiety you got when you started hearing that.
I think everything about that movie is incredible except the story.
Except the story and the characters.
Yeah, the
visuals,
the
were
setting,
great.
Incredible.
It was a Transformers movie. That's what it was.
Yeah, it kind of was.
It looked great. It wasn't entertaining though.
No, it wasn't entertaining.
It wasn't entertaining
because Transformers was trash.
It was
but
entertaining in parts.
You watched part of it,
right?
Yeah, 20% of the movie was amazing.
Right.
20% of the movie was
still Transformers.
All right. 6% of the movie was a literal dumpster fire, a beautiful dumpster fire.
Right.
But it was a dumpster fire. Yep. It's a dumpster fire that isn't filled with poop. It's filled with diamonds. But
I don't know how that movie took 30 years to write.
Well, it didn't.
He could have wrote that in 30 days.
No, he wrote it on vacation 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just been sitting on it.
That's right.
Because he hasn't been big enough to circle jerk yet.
I took this boat ride. Reminds me of the tale of the other people that took boat rides.
He took a boat ride across the channel to Dunkirk.
Film some boat rides.
And so he wrote a movie about other people who took a boat ride across the Dunkirk. So.
Yep. That's great, Chris.
All right, here's what we got.
That's great.
We could talk about
snap.
The giant poster for Infinity War. We could talk about the new show that the people who made Game of Thrones are going to make after Game of Thrones is over.
Oh, shit.
We could talk about how Arrested Development Season 5 is coming and it's a murder mystery.
What?
We could also talk about... we got 3 trailers we can watch. The Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, and this movie called Ready Player One. And we could also talk about Trump's first 6 months in office and what he's accomplished. And spoiler alert, it's not a lot.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not a lot.
I don't even know, man. Just start somewhere.
Where do you want to start with, man?
Give me Ready Player One, because I own this book thanks to Loot.
Okay, do you know anything about Ready Player One?
I have no idea.
All right. I don't know anything about Ready Player One either. I watched this trailer last night. I still don't know anything about Ready Player One. So we're gonna pull this up on stream for y'all to watch. Probably get flagged for copyright, and I'm gonna rage. And let's do it. Here we go.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
In 2045, it's still ranked the fastest growing city on Earth. But it sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks. They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go.
I don't know.
Nowhere.
Get out of here.
Except the Oasis. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything.
So he just put on a VR headset and then transformed and got transported to this crazy sex stuff.
Imagination.
What the fuck?
There's the Iron Giant.
Why the fuck is that there?
Ty Sheridan is the guy who plays. He plays Cyclops. He's Cyclops in the new X-Men movie. That's the player we recognize him from.
Dude, what the fuck?
And now there's people are running and stuff. People are getting in cars. Tom Sawyer's playing in the background. Probably know about Tom Sawyer. Now it looks like they're all racing.
I am
in VR.
Thunderstruck.
VR racing right now. There's a Tron bike that they're racing. They're going over these crazy loops and
Russian real,
stuff.
man.
This is a Steven Spielberg movie. There's the DeLorean right there.
Doesn't make any fucking
There's a wrecking
sense.
ball just going through and destroying things. He took off his helmet, and now it says Ready Player One.
That's
And then there's just
all sorts of fucked up.
Okay, so what is that, man? You tell me what that is, because I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, my guess.
Okay.
My guess is that I think it's a book. The book was about like obviously a video game, like kind of culture, basically.
Well, it's got a bunch of pop culture references in it. I know that for sure.
I don't know if the actual book does or not.
No, it does.
It does?
It does. It has a ton. I'll tell you why I know this, because I read the Reddit comments and someone pointed them all out. Is it this one right here?
Huh.
Let me see here. It's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Here we go. Okay. Let's make a list of all the pop, where's my mouse? Pop culture references in Ready Player One. Okay. Songs of Pure Imagination by Willy Wonka and Tom Sawyer by Rush. And then Iron Giant's in it. Freddy Krueger's in it. Duke Nukem is in it. The assault rifle from Halo is in it. Harley Quinn's in it. Deathstroke's in it. Ostriches from Joust are in it. The DeLorean is in it. The van from the A-Team is in it. There's a Tron bike. There's something Kaneda's bike from Akira. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Plymouth Fury from Stephen King's Christine is in it. The red F1 car from Pole Position's in it. There's a Bigfoot monster truck. There's a Ford Falcon from Mad Max. The classic Lara Croft is in it. There's also Dizzy Wallen from Gears of War and Ryu from Street Fighter. Apparently, those are all the references in the trailer. So there's a lot of them.
That's weird. I don't know what that shit is, man. It's obviously a video game, like, cultural world with real shit. It's
everyone's losing their minds over it.
It's the future of...
Like, it's got 26,000 upvotes.
Like, read the synopsis of the book or something.
That would be what smart people would do, man.
That's what I would do it if we were at my place, because I have the book and I could read
you could just read the back of it.
But we are not.
Let's see here.
We are not.
Ready Player One is a 2011 science fiction novel written... Oh, it's a debut novel by Ernest Cline. The story set in a dystopian 2044. Lots of stuff has happened in the 2040s. Blade Runner's happened in 2040s, happened in 2040.
Dude, wait until we're there.
Yeah, it's going to be boring. It's going to be this.
It's either this or we're dead. Yeah,
there's no difference. Follows protagonist Wade Watts as he searches for an Easter egg in a virtual reality game, the discovery of which will lead him to inherit a valuable fortune in a world torn by an energy crisis. There you go, man.
I really don't think that the book has like actual references to actual
in the year
games.
The setting in the year 2044, the world has been gripped by an energy crisis from the depletion of fossil fuels and the consequences of global warming, causing widespread social problems and economic stagnation. To escape the decline of their world their world is facing, people turn to the Oasis, a virtual reality simulator accessible by players using visors and haptic technology such as gloves. It functions both as an MMORPG and as a virtual society, with its currency being the most stable in the real world. It was created by James Halliday, who, when he died, had announced in his will to the public that he had left an Easter egg inside Oasis, and the first person to find it would inherit his entire fortune and the corporation. The story follows the adventures of Wade Watts, starting about 5 years after the announcement, when he discovers one of the 3 keys pointing to the treasure. So there you go, man.
Completes the Copper Gate puzzles by playing through the dungeons of Daggerath. This is the book, right?
Yeah, this is the plot of the book.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's no fucking way a first-time debut artist or writer can get the rights to Iron Giant and shit like that.
Well, it's a Warner Brothers movie.
Right, that's why. The movie
that's why it's
has
in there.
That's why I'm saying
Right.
the book, I don't think, actually uses real-life games or characters.
Well, I think it does,
stuff.
but I think it's only the one Warner Brothers does. Because Warner Brothers makes games. Like, they published The Witcher, for example. Shadow of Mordor, they published. All the Batman stuff they could do.
So you think he published the book under them?
No. I think books are different than movies.
I don't know, man.
Because I think it's like...
I don't know, man. I just don't remember or expected the Iron Giant to show up out of fuck knows where.
I don't know, man.
Where?
The film rights were purchased by Warner Brothers on the same day Klein finalized his publishing deal with Random House 1 year prior to the novel's publication. He got the thing... How do you write a book as a first-time author?
Get it published and get a movie deal?
Yeah, before it's published. This is before. It says a year prior to the novel's publication.
That's insane.
He sold the movie deal and the publishing rights before it sold one copy. What are we doing wrong with our lives, man?
I don't know. We
yet?
don't know how. We don't know people.
You know what? Let's click on him. I guarantee you he's someone who's already got money or something. Let's look. Let's see. His younger brother is a major in the United States Marine Corps. Okay, not looking good for me. He married poet nonfiction writer whom he met at the 1998 Poetry Slam. So let's see. Does she write anything? Nope. Oh, no. She did. She won a lot of stuff.
Slut, man.
She won a lot of stuff for poetry back in the 2000s.
Back
so
in
she's
2001?
connected. That's got to be
Hot teen slut.
What was that? Something on there?
Yeah.
Where's
she
that?
wrote it.
Hot
back
teen
in
slut. Look at that,
2001.
man. Good for her. Hot teen
Good
slut.
for her.
Hot teen slut. Yeah.
Well, that looks interesting.
Klein sold the rights to
Really?
publish a novel in 2010 in a bidding war to Crown Publishing Group, Random House. The book was published on August 16, 2011. Audiobook was released the same day, narrated by Will Wheaton. Booker student Alex Ward and a Young Adult Library Service Association division of the American Library Association won the 2012 Prometheus Award. Film adaptation directed by Steven Spielberg. It's currently in production. I mean, apparently it's awesome.
Dude. Well, yeah, if you're going to fucking throw in all those goddamn Easter eggs.
It better
yeah.
be.
Right. Or else you're going to piss a lot of people off.
You know, how much better would Dunkirk been if the Iron Giant showed up?
Like, I mean, that just sounds like Wreck-It Ralph, too.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's going to be Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds odd. Like, I mean, I would get it if it wasn't real life fucking shit. Like, it's a dystopian.
Well, my question is, how do
future.
these people make money to sit around and play video games all day?
Yeah, no, that's it. There is no more money. There is no more jobs. There's no much.
So
no
how do you
more
buy a
shit.
VR headset?
You get one, and then you just
How?
live. There's no more babies. It's dystopian. You just live off your life in a VR.
That doesn't
Kinda
make
like
sense.
The Matrix.
It's not how it works.
You just live.
It's not how.
Your body
It's
doesn't
not
do
how
shit.
economies work, man.
Dude, who knows what the fuck is gonna be in that movie? That looks intense.
I don't know. Does it look good to you?
No.
I'm calling it right now. It's gonna bomb.
Yeah.
People will go see it, and it's gonna be terrible. It'll be like it's gonna be 50 on the Metacritic score. I'm telling you, man. Can we talk about this giant poster right here?
That's a big giant poster.
So these
man.
are the 3 posters that Marvel's giving away at Comic-Con. They gave one away every day, and these are all 3 posters together.
Dude, Chris Evans looks like Snake.
Dude, he does look like Snake.
And like hardcore looking like Snake.
I don't know how
He
you
just
know
needs
who
an eye
Snake is,
badge,
but yeah,
man.
he
And
looks
then
like Snake.
He got
So
it.
on one panel, we've got Loki, Thor, Teenage Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, Drax the Destroyer, Vision, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch,
who's
Falcon.
blonde now?
Falcon, and Captain America.
Very blonde.
Yeah, and I guess on that one, I think the things you would notice is that, well, it's Teenage Groot. Loki's there. Like, it's kind of weird that Loki's part of the main group. That's almost a spoiler for Ragnarok, I would say. And then, yeah, Vision and Wanda are like, bow chicken, bow wow, you know?
Bow chicka bow wow.
And then, yeah, she's blonde, and Captain America has a beard. Also, he's ripped off all his stars and stripes. I don't know if you noticed that, but, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool,
He's
too.
gruff, man.
He's gone underground, man.
And then the other side, you got Hulk, Spider-Man, Falcon. Nope. Hawkeye. Winter Soldier. Really? Why is he over there?
I don't know. Because he's with Wakanda, probably. Because remember they drop him off in Wakanda at the end of Civil War. He's with Black Panther.
And Rhodey is still alive. And then you got Doctor Strange and Mantis for some reason.
Nebula's there too, dude.
Yeah.
And Gamora.
That
There's a
is
lot
weird.
of
What
Guardians
the
of the
fuck?
Galaxy people.
Yeah.
Gamora, Nebula, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Rocket, and Groot. There are 7 Guardians of the Galaxy characters on this poster. They're all there. If you've been in a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, you're there.
So
except for Yondu, who's
who
dead.
are these bad people then?
So Thanos is obviously front and center,
Yeah.
and he's got the full Infinity Gauntlet. He's got all of the stones in there. You see that. And then there's people down there that I don't know who those guys are. But the short one is Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, which one's Peter?
The dwarf.
You sure?
Well,
you
I
sure
would
he's
assume
not the fucking gigantic guy.
that's Peter Dinklage. He's Thanos, actually. It's a big thing. Josh Brolin is playing the midget, and they got Peter Dinklage to play Thanos.
Yeah, it's an Iron Man 3 twist, man.
Yep, that's what it is, dude. That's what's happening. That's what's happening, man. I don't know. It looks insane. Although seeing, like, remember last week we read the list of all the characters? Now looking at the poster, it doesn't look like there's that many.
Yeah.
You know, honestly.
There's more that's missing.
It's surprising to me who's big and who's
Sam
not.
Jackson's not there.
Right, Ant-Man's not there,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Ant-Man's not
Wait,
there at
he's
all.
on there. He's just
you
tiny.
just can't see him. He's 1 pixel.
That's funny.
But
seriously though,
it's weird to see who's big and who's small. Like obviously Captain America, Iron Man are giant.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But like Gamora is just as big as Thor.
Yeah.
And Falcon is just as big as Nebula.
Well,
and both of them are bigger than Doctor Strange and Black Panther and Star-Lord.
Play a big role against their father.
Well, you know what? That's a great point.
Yeah.
You got me there.
I didn't think about it, but now I do.
Okay, what about Falcon, man? Why is Falcon bigger than Spider-Man and Doctor Strange?
He's just the shadow.
I'm going to fly in here and just stand here.
I feel like that's racist. It was not meant to be racist.
It's racist now that you said it.
I just meant that he literally looks like the shadow of Captain America right now.
It's racist now that you said it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know.
Looks epic. I would love to have all three of those.
It's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet. Well, I'm sure you can get them off eBay.
Yeah, they have the leaked trailer now on YouTube if you don't mind looking over like some chick's head in a crowd, but...
Yeah, I mean, at some point they're going to release that, right?
Dude, it was not as epic as it sounded when you read it, but it was still fucking epic.
That's because it wasn't read with my awesome baritone. Here we go. That's a look back at the trailer. Don't want that. Here we go. 2018 full trailer leak.
Make your business more efficient with a complete view of your customers. Intelligent customer engagement.
Bull 360.
Randolph. What's happening? What is this?
No, there's one on YouTube. You don't have to download
why is
it.
YouTube so hard?
Well, because people try and take that shit down really fast because Marvel's like...
Well, probably ain't there then, man.
We want you to see it. Well, I just watched it.
Okay, how do I get to it?
I watched it last night.
YouTube. Okay, where do I go?
Search.
Search what?
Infinity War leak trailer. Yeah,
trailer leak right there?
Fucking Jesus.
Is it this right here?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, see? They got to it already. I watched it last night. They got to it.
That's the same one.
They got to it already, man.
It's gone, dude.
What about that one? That one might be it. Oh, no.
Apparently, we just need to make a movie with that.
No, they put the audio of it now, apparently, into the YouTube, system that can check, and if it's up, they'll just automatically.
Well, then we can't. We shouldn't play it on our show, man. They'll just rip our show down.
That's a great point. I don't know why you're trying to play it anyways, man. I just brought up, I saw it.
You literally asked me to play it.
I did not.
You literally did.
I did no such thing.
You did that.
I don't recall.
Well, there's audio that's like, if you don't mind, would you please pull that up? I think that's exactly what you said.
Tell me what's happening after Game of Thrones now.
Okay,
tell me right now, because I need to know.
The Game of Thrones.
Everyone needs to know.
Here we go, from EW.com. Game of Thrones showrunners, I cannot read today, reveal their next epic HBO series. The Game of Thrones showrunner have revealed their next series, leaving Westeros.
Yes.
God.
Because people don't read shit anymore, man. You need a video to read shit.
I hate it.
They literally just write the article in a video form.
That's probably true. HBO has given straight to series order for Confederate. The show chronicles the events leading to the Third American Civil War.
The what?
The series takes place in an alternate timeline where the southern states have successfully seceded from the Union, giving rise to a nation in which slavery remains legal and has evolved into a modern institution.
What?
The story follows a broad swath of characters on both sides of the Mason-Dixon demilitarized zone. Freedom fighters, slave hunters, politicians, abolitionists, journalists, the executives of a slave-holding conglomerate, and the families of people in their thrall. We have discussed Confederate for years, originally as a concept for a feature film. But our experience on Thrones has convinced us that no one provides a bigger, better storytelling canvas than HBO. Well, Netflix probably can argue with their big check.
Just a little bit.
They will serve Benioff and Weiss will serve as showrunners on Confederate. The series will also have executive producers Natalie Trample-Spellman and Michael Spellman. There won't be who did Justified and Empire. There won't be dragons or White Walkers in the series, but we are creating a world, and we couldn't imagine better partners in world building than Nichelle and Malcolm, who have impressed us for a long time with their wit, their imagination, and their Scrabble playing skills. There you go. HBO president of programming Casey Bloys says, as the brilliant Game of Thrones winds down to its final season, we are thrilled to be able to continue our relationship with Dan and David. This is how I imagine that she or he talks. Knowing that any subject they take on will result in a unique and ambitious series, their intelligent, wry, and visual stunning approach to storytelling has a way of engaging an audience and taking them on an unforgettable journey. Because, see, that's executive speak because they said nothing there, but it filled up 4 sentences.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you do it. So,
yeah, that's really good bullshit right there.
It's going to be about...
That's like the best bullshit.
It's going to be an alternate timeline where the South still has slaves.
Yeah, that's not controversial at all.
Dude. Kind of hyped about it.
Yeah. Sounds intense.
I mean, they did a lot of it's not like drama, what you call it, commentary on slavery during Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
So I mean, they have experience, but this is like...
But this isn't black slavery in Game of Thrones.
Right.
That's just standard, like...
Although they did have a black
Egyptian
man cut off his
slave
own
stuff.
nipple in Game of Thrones.
That's true. I mean,
that did
it's
happen.
a mixed race. It's not just one, but I feel like with America...
actually, I think all the
and
Unsullied
the
are black.
Civil War...
I think all the Unsullied are black. Have you seen a white Unsullied?
No.
I don't think they ever made the point of pointing out that
black.
they're all... I think they're all black.
No, because everybody's complaining that there's not enough diversity in Game of Thrones.
Well, of course, because you can't be like, well, all the black people are slaves. You can't say that.
Well, yeah, he's JR, whatever the fuck. He said that Westeros is like, you know, Middle Ages England. And yeah, there's not that many black people there during that time.
I guess they're all wearing armor, but I mean, there's a lot of black arms right there, dude.
Dude, I just feel like that's tan. There's a lot of white people there.
What is this?
This
is a video game.
Yeah, it's a game.
This is a video game. There's white people in the video game. That ain't tan, dude. That's black.
There's black and tan people in there.
We got to get off this subject before we get arrested or
shot
on Twitter.
Something.
I don't want to be on Twitter or being made fun of for being racist just because we're stupid. It's not what I want.
It happens.
All right, man. What else you want to talk about? You want to keep going down the list?
Yeah.
All right. Arrested Development Season 5 will be a murder mystery.
Stupid.
The central spine of the story is that the death of Liza Minnelli's character and a bit of a whodunit. That's sort of the central thread around that the creator Mitch Hurwitz is going to build.
Liza Minnelli?
Remember, she's Lucille, too. She dates Buster for a while. She has severe vertigo.
Yeah.
She's apparently been murdered.
She's
She's been murdered.
Wow.
And they have to find out who done it.
Who did it?
Oh, dude. That's all we know.
Ridiculous.
You want to read about
Did
Donald
you
Trump?
like the new season? I didn't
I
watch
had
it.
a lot of problems. Okay, so the third season... What's happening? God. Could you imagine if we weren't wearing headphones? That would just happen. And we wouldn't know it until the end. So, the fourth season of Arrested Development, they had a lot of trouble getting people back to do the show.
Right.
So every episode focuses on a character. And it has the same problems Dunkirk does, where you see the same thing multiple times from different perspectives, and then they're all supposed to just come together.
Gotcha.
They did it in a better way than Dunkirk. In fact, in some ways it made it funnier, but it didn't feel like Arrested Development because of that reason.
Gotcha.
However, Netflix has now dumped a ton of money back into Arrested Development, and apparently the creator is going to re-edit all of Season 4 into a more standard format.
Really?
Using the footage they already shot. And then Season 5 is going to be standard as well.
Huh.
So they're back to the... So basically, he did an experiment. The fans are like, not really that great guy. And so he's going to re-edit it into the normal format and then do Season 5 in the normal format.
Interesting.
So, yeah, dude.
Yeah, watch Chris Nolan re-edit it for the DVD.
He won't do that, man.
It's like, it's genius as is.
I've now added 8 more hours of beach. There's literally an hour.
It's after they left,
that is just
too.
Foam building
It's
on the beach.
just the foam.
It's just foam building
There's
on the
a lot
beach.
of foam.
There's a lot of foam. It's gross.
People just
actually,
don't even give a shit.
They
They
just
just like let it hit me in the
well, I
face.
mean, you pooping on the beach, just sit in the foam, dude.
Yep.
Probably helps your butt feel better.
Goddamn movie.
Could you imagine just pooping on the beach and not wiping? I mean, you'd want to get in the water after that, clean out your butt, because that hurts.
Yep.
You don't want stinky butt.
Stinky butt.
That's the real casualty award.
That is the deadliest.
Butt sanitation.
The deadliest.
Okay, so
Killer.
you want to read about Trump?
Yeah, what's he done?
His first 6 months by the numbers. All right, here we go. Right now, he's got 38.3% approval, job approval, but 50% in counties that Trump won. So he's obviously liked better by people around. Okay, he's done 5 campaign rallies, and he's had 1 new conference. He's signed 42 bills into law, but none of them have been major pieces of legislation. He spent 59 seconds shaking French President Emmanuel Macron's hand. He also, let's see, he's sent 991 tweets from his account.
That's insane.
He has sent 46 mentioning Job, 22 mentioning Hillary Clinton, and 82 tweets mentioning fake news, fake media, and fake stories. So he's sent 82 tweets about the fake news, but he's passed 42 bills into law.
You know, I mean, that percentage ain't that bad.
No, not really.
I mean, for Trump.
I mean, 991. But how many of those are rants that started about fake news and just continued for 7 more tweets?
Yeah, how about the tweets that he literally just puts ... in and continues
Yeah, because there's a lot of those, right?
That's like 5 tweets, but that's one message, so.
He spent 40 total days at Trump golf properties, and 21 out of the first 26 weekends he spent golfing at Trump properties.
Yeah, I think he was golfing on the 4th of July. And then every other president before him was celebrating the troops or something like that.
He tweeted on February 12th, 2012, Michelle Obama's weekend ski trip to Aspen makes it 16 times that the Obamas have gone on vacation in 3 years. And he's 21 out of the 26 weeks gone on golf trips to one of his. So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Guy's kind of used to being a rich dude and do what he wants, and now he's, got responsibilities. So why would he fucking want that? Why did you want that, Trump? You should have known, you idiot!
Well, I don't think he wanted to win, man.
No, he didn't. He wanted the brand recognition.
Yeah,
he wanted his brand to come back to life since it was dying.
I think he's really mad that he won.
1,000%. 100% he is.
That's about all that really mattered right there.
And now I don't know what he's doing. He's just like, I'm here.
I think he's doing nothing.
I'm just going to be here until you kick me out.
Yeah, I think
That's basically it.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I'm an idiot who got a job that I wasn't fucking qualified for.
You just lay low.
I would just lay low,
You lay low, man.
until I was kicked the fuck out.
That's a good point. You just do nothing.
And Republicans are not. They're like, they're fine with it. Just sit there. We'll do things. We'll do things. You just
well,
sit there.
Republicans are in a perfect place because they do something the Republicans don't like, they can blame Donald Trump.
Yep.
And if they do something the Democrats don't like, they can be like, well, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's how it goes, man.
Dude, it's a great time. They're saying that they want to let healthcare die now.
Yeah, they're just going to repeal healthcare altogether.
Repeal it, and then that will give the American. It's because of the Democrats that's happening because they won't work with the Republicans to get it pushed through.
Right. Well, and the Democrats got it pushed through in the first place, and if we didn't have healthcare in the first place, you couldn't repeal it.
Yeah.
So
It's just like they think. I heard this that the Republicans think that not pushing any healthcare bill will look more poorly on the Democrats come 2018 than them.
Because their attack ads can be like,
they
didn't even care about healthcare.
We tried, they did not work with us.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like,
yeah, man.
You're make the bill better, and then maybe we'll work with you. It's that's
not how TV ads work, though, man.
It's
not how TV ads work. Do you have health insurance?
I don't. Through my parents, yeah.
What happens when you turn 25?
26.
How old are you now?
Know.
Are you 24?
Got 2 years left.
You got 2. Okay.
I need to like get going on some illnesses so I can get them out of the way.
Listen, doctor, is there any way you can give me cancer now so I can just get it over with and then it won't have cancer when I'm uninsured?
Yeah.
I didn't know how that worked because like my dad said you don't get insurance through me once you turn 18. And so I had to get insurance as I turned 18. And then it turned out my dad kept me on his insurance till I was 26 because it was cheaper for him to have more people on his policy. Nice. So I didn't need insurance that whole time. They just didn't tell me. And then they LOL'd when I'm like, how dare you?
That's stupid. I would rage. I'd
There's
be like,
nothing
you
can do.
owe me $14,000.
No, because they could be like, no, I raised you till you're 18, so you owe me $14,000.
Like, Then you shouldn't have had me, bitches!
Yeah, but that's a sore subject in my family because I was an accident baby when my mom was single.
What? Also, you wouldn't be alive either, so that's kind of, worth it, too.
I don't know if it is. Is it?
It was worth it to those Dunkirk motherfuckers. That's right.
All right, man, what else you want to talk about?
That's it.
That's it? You done?
I'm too heated for the...
Hey, can we, you give me the iPad down there so we can play Headspin then?
I can't.
I mean, you could do it too, I feel like.
I can't do that.
Just hit you gotta hit the button.
Why is there no slide anymore?
It's too hard. You gotta, no, not these. These are the video game ones. You're just playing my sounds now, dude. I like that one. Don't hate. Dude, play Bang on the Drum right there. Yeah! Crank this up, dude. You gotta crank it. You can't play this song without it being Hype City, dude. Yeah, man, this is good.
This is so good.
Now you're playing two songs.
Both. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
What are you doing? You didn't hit it.
Damn it.
There you go, man. Now we can end the show.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for our show. We hope you liked. We didn't talk at all about the concessions or how Regal's taking over the war and how horrible that is. Here we go. It sucks.
It's really bad.
And it's horrible. I'm glad they have Coke now, though, because I really don't like Pepsi.
Yeah.
But other than that, it sucks.
It's terrible.
They obviously got rid of all the employees that were good and just brought in minimum wage high schoolers so they don't have to worry about anything, and it sucks.
Yep.
And the theater is dead.
Oh, God, it's terrible.
It's dead. So, yeah. But, guys, thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
This has been the Seth and Colby Show filled with hate.
It's a happy show.
I don't like it when my mic boom arm is straight. It makes me very uncomfortable.
It looks weird. It's erected
I don't like
into your
it.
mouth.
But, guys, thanks for watching. We are Seth and Colby. We do our show live every Sunday at 2 o'clock Central Time at duo.com/live. But don't go there. Go to sethandcolby.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes using the links there, on Google Play, on Stitcher. There's an RSS feed. We appreciate it very much if you left us a review on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, wherever you listen. It would mean the world to us. And also follow us on Twitter at Seth and Colby.
Tell us what you thought of Dunkirk.
Yeah, if you saw Dunkirk, we apologize. And also, what did you think?
Yes.
Let us know. If you liked it, tell us why. Because I would love to know.
Explain it.
I would, yeah, please.
Better.
Explain the movie to us, because as you heard, we don't get it. So, guys, we will see you next week. Right? We'll be here next week?
Yeah, next week would be the next show. Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you then.
I love you.
Ah.
Bye.